made it through such a... it was a close thing, but you have prevailed. Standing there, commiserating and commemorating, from behind you, just hear a small murmur. The boy. And again, he's wire thin. You can see every rib. His arms are like chopsticks. This shock of red hair that is matted, dirt and sticks poking out, just ragged trousers. And the collar, of course, around his neck, thick and iron. He's sort of up on one elbow with one hand on the ground, getting himself up, comes to rise and sit cross-legged, puts two hands to either side of his face, and he just kind of starts.
I'd like to jog over to him.
Can you describe to me how you approach him?
An easy jog. My weapons are away though. If he's still covering his face, I'll kneel down next to him, pull out my water skin. There it is. Put my hand on his back and say, easy friend. And I'll offer him some water.
You don't get the sense that he even senses you approaching Artemis. And the second you put your hand on him, scampers across the top of the hill and then just crouches in this feral position.
I'll like approach him like a wild animal. I'll just show him in my hand the water skin and I'll take a sip. I'm just trying to offer you some water, friend. We're here to help. We don't mean you any harm. We can see you've had a rough go of things.
His gaze quickly darts from Artemis to one of you and then back to Artemis and then to another, back to Artemis.
Don't worry, we're all friends. And I'll pull out a food ration. You hungry? We can see that these people didn't take good care of you.
Give me persuasion at disadvantage.
I cast guidance.
18.
With disadvantage.
It's meant to be!
Very nice.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Get in the character. We're gonna solve it.
I'm letting him come to me.
What's Sasha doing?
She's with the group, sitting, just like looking.
He lingers for a moment on Sasha, and then back to you.
Seeing that, I'm gonna call Sasha over. Come here, girl. She's gonna walk up and I'm just gonna give her a pet. She'll rub against me and purr.
It is at that moment that, very gingerly, on all fours, he starts to very slowly kind of make his way over to you. Like a lynx shoots out a hand, grabs the ration, and skitters back, opens it up, and
I'll look at him and I'll be like, you wanna meet my friend? She's a gentle soul. Sasha, go say hi. She'll slowly approach.
Right. Sasha kind of pads over. As she moves closer, he starts sniffing at her.
She does the same.
And he slowly extends one hand and just starts scritching her behind the ear.
She'll lean into it.
He scritches behind the ear and he moves down to the chin. Gives her a few pats along the neck.
She'll purr and she'll start walking around and then rubbing on him with her head.
And he just like sits down, crisscross applesauce, leans into her back, using her as the rest of a chair, and continues to munch away at the ration that you gave him.
And she'll just lay down and hang with him.
Drogar, seeing this, is going to rummage in his pack for his night shirt, hands it to Artemis.
I'm going to go search the druids. Bring this to the boy so he doesn't get cold.
He's like watching you there with Sasha right here. Takes it, picks up one end of it, and he kind of like and then his little head pokes out through the neck of the shirt. He brings the ration back out and continues to eat.
You wouldn't happen to be from the Berserkers, would you? I want to bring you home. If you don't have a home, we'll give you one.
When you say home, he kind of picks himself up and starts walking towards the cage.
Oh my fucking God.
Why?
He starts making his way across the grass, but then he stops for a minute. He looks around and he's looking at the bodies of the druids. He has this funny look on his face.
We did what we had to. Killing isn't in our nature, but they gave us no choice.
He steps back and he just starts.
Sasha, help our friend. I'll approach him as well with Sasha.
Give me another animal handling check.
Okay.
Give guidance.
How
Cast
much
guidance.
20s can we get?
Oh, thank you. I'll take it. 25.
My man!
He seems like he's getting more and more agitated. He's like pulling his hair. He kind of reacts to you.
Come, friend. You don't need to look at this. Let's get you home. And that cage is not home.
I'm supposed to protect. I did bad.
You did good. You were young.
I was supposed to protect.
You didn't do anything wrong, my friend. It'll be okay.
One more.
Jeez.
I cast guidance again. Another guidance.
The Winnie dice.
Ostensibly.
21.
Wow.
Damn. He looks incredibly distraught, but he looks over at you, Artemis.
It will be alright. My name is Artemis Silverbow. I'm not from around here, but I'm trying to make this a better place to live. We'll give you a good place to live where you can be free and you won't be forced to do anything you don't want to.
Trick.
It's not a trick. Look at my friend Sasha. Do you think she would hang around me if I was a bad person? My friends here, all of us, we fight for good.
He looks back to the bodies, looks back at you. Pasha.
Artemis, Sasha. Not that.
Pasha.
No! It's like you were meant to be. Would you like to ride Sasha?
Goes over to Sasha, gives her another scritch, just stands next to her, and then kind of looks at you expectantly.
Come on, buddy. We'll take you to a better place.
Yeah, you got him.
Oh, yeah!
Winnie.
He sort of just loses himself for a second. He just seems fixated on something. Moves over to you and then seems to like catch himself and he gets a little nervous. Just kind of looks at you.
I like your hair.
And he reaches out and he plays with your hair a little bit. Smiles a little bit to himself. Pasha.
Winnie.
And Pasha. Plays with his own hair.
I'm gonna try and reach over and touch his hair.
Animal handling.
See what you got.
23.
Jesus! It's meant to be! When he got them smooth hands.
You reach your hand out and he, but he still has his hand on a lock of your hair. And then he lets you. You just, you just got it for a second.
I think Winnie goes a little pink.
You'll walk over and kind of muss Pasha's hair. Very good, Pasha.
And then I'm gonna turn around on my heel and go back to the car!